So the HoverAir ProMax 8K foldable drone, is this drone worth its price point? Well, in today's video, we're going to take this for a first flight. So let's get this video started. What's going on, guys? This is Eddie, aka Mr. Eddie Nunez, and yes, that's right, I have here the HoverAir ProMax. This is the 8K foldable drone, and we're going to be taking this drone for a complete first flight. We're going to be doing follow mode on my boosted board, and we're going to be trying the intelligent flight modes, and we're not going to get into any specs, or we're not going to be trying any of the accessories. I'm using this drone plain vanilla right out the box. So no ND filter, no beacon, none of that stuff for now, because I just want to get a feel for the Pro Max first. This is the first time that I'm leveraging a drone such as this one, which is a flying camera, besides doing the demo over in New York City when the team was here. So we're going to be, again, just testing this out plain vanilla, just as it is. So let's hop on the boosted board and let's try the follow mode. And after we're done with that, we're gonna go ahead and try the intelligent flight features.
Close. Follow.
All right. So now we have the HoverAir, and it's gonna follow me close, but I gotta make sure it's behind me because I don't want to run my boosted into it. All right, so now let's have the HoverAirX1 ProMax follow me. We're gonna get on the boosted board, and FYI, these trunks, I haven't used the boosted board in a very long time, and these trunks are very tight. I gotta loosen them up, but I gotta make sure that I get off here to do this turn. Yeah, like right here. I gotta get off because I can't turn this thing for some reason. I know this is not the professional way of doing it, but the HoverAir, the Hover Pro Max is still following me, which is a good thing. And this is fair enough. We can get on here. We can manage to turn Eddie. I haven't been on a boosted board in such a long time. Well, I just tried it for the Neo. So we're gonna do 2 laps around this park. We're gonna do not the full park. I don't want to go to all the way to the end of the park because there's a lot of people over there, but we're gonna do 2 laps around here. And the whole point is to see how good is it tracking. People like it. People like the hover. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to that end, all the way at the end, the opposite side of this park, to that wide open field. And we're gonna try the intelligent flight modes on this. So I'm on the boosted board. Boosted board is probably doing maybe like 10 miles per hour. I'm not in a daredevil or an adventurist when it comes to these gadgets, because I'm not wearing a helmet, I'm not wearing gloves, so I don't want to fall. And then again here, we're gonna get off just so that we can take this curve here. There's a bus coming. Hopefully this bus is not gonna make a left here. Let's see what this bus is gonna do. Nah, he's gonna go straight. He's making a left. All right, he is making a left, and the drone didn't go into the bus. That's always so very scary when it comes to these things. And I'm flying in low settings, so I'm on low. I'm on low or flat, I think it's called. Flat, so it's supposed to stay like, eye level to me. And then I am in close mode, meaning that it's gonna stay relatively closer to me. It's gonna try to hug me. So this is the first lap. So past my car. We'll do this one more time, and then we'll switch over to the intelligent flight modes and give that a shot. So far, so good. It's staying connected to me. It's tracking me really well. I'm able to connect my phone to it and see the status. So can't complain, but I really got to loosen up these trunks on the boosted board. And so I can make these turns here. Is this enough? Let's go right over here. I'll try this here. All right, this should be good. Hover is still right behind me, like a little puppy. All right, let's do this one final lap here. Wind is picking up, but it's still right behind me. I hear it. All right, we're gonna come to a stop here so we can make our turn. And there it is. Oh, you got close to me there. Almost thought the hover was gonna give me a little kiss. All right, now let's make it back to the car now, and we'll try out the intelligent flight modes. Let's make it to the car. All right, so we made it to the car, and this is the hover one. We're gonna land. There you go. It's landed. Let's put this away, get our camera set up, and let's go over to the open field. All right, so as you can see, I'm in a wide open sort of soccer field. We have some kids playing here, but let's test it out. Let's test it out. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna, again, turn on the HoverAir, my 55% battery, following that flight of my boosted board there. And we're gonna be testing out the intelligent flight features of the little drone here, of the Pro Max. So we're not gonna do follow. Orbit. We're gonna do an orbit. So the orbit is gonna be 5 feet flat 360. 5 feet orbit. Okay, here's the 5 feet orbit. So we're gonna do an orbit. And it should be a complete orbit around me. Is it gonna do it? There it goes. And it's recording. And it's going right behind me. And it stops. And then it should come right back to me. And it is coming right back to me. It's waiting for me there. And then it's gonna land. So that is orbit, right? Let's go ahead and switch. Bird eye. So bird's eye view is going to go 16 feet up in the air. So not too high. Let's try that this way.
16 feet. Bird eye.
And there it is. 16 feet. It's probably out of frame. You may not see it. It's going all the way up. And then it's going to come right back down. It's coming down. It's coming down. It's going to come down. And it's going to wait for my hand here. And then it's going to land. That's bird's eye. Pretty cool, right? Very, very cool. Now we're going to be trying
Dolly track.
dolly track. I think dolly track is where it tracks me from the side. But let's see.
Middle. Dolly track.
All right, so I'm not going to move. And I didn't read the manual. And that's the first thing Hover says is read the manual. So it lost me there. So I don't think I was supposed to move. Yeah, let's try that again. So read the manual, like Hover says.
Middle. Dolly track.
Let's try this again. I could pull out my phone and just see what it's supposed to do. So I think, no. Yeah, I don't know what dolly track is, but that's a good best practice to read the manual. We're going to be reading the manual following this video. Hover. It's just going to hover and track me, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, so hover. It just hovers in place. So it's going to hover there, but it's almost like spotlight mode on other competitor drones. So hover is just doing that. It's just hovering there, and it's recording me without a problem. Okay, do we have another mode?
Zoom out.
Zoom out. Zoom out is pretty cool. Let's try zoom out this way, so it doesn't go into those kids.
Zoom out.
That's zoom out. This is cool for a little vacation thing, a revealing shot. And you can change those parameters, by the way. You can go from, 5 feet to different altitude. So I'm changing it now to, let's do it one more time so you guys can see. We're gonna go from 5 feet. Let's go to 30 feet. And then we're gonna do it flat, so it stays at my height level.
30 feet. Zoom out.
So let me wait for this to finish. There you go. So that's one of the great things about using these selfie drones, is that you can control everything right through the drone itself. So you don't need you have your phone everywhere you go, but you don't need a remote, you don't need a beacon. I mean, those tools are great to have, but it's not needed. As you can see, it's coming here right to me, and it's ready for me to land it. So how cool is that? So that was zoom out, and then we're back to follow. So those are all the intelligent flight features of the HoverAir ProMax. Let me continue just enjoying this for a little bit more, and then we'll come back to my overall impressions using the HoverAir. So stick around. All right, so we have here the Hover Pro Max, and I just finished doing all those different tests. So I was on my boosted board, had a fantastic time on the boosted board. The boosted board, let me start there first. The boosted board flight, having this track me on boosted board, really showcase how impressive the Pro Max is. Number one, it kept up with me. Number two, it avoided all obstacles. And number three, it is agile, meaning that it wasn't bouncing all over the place. It wasn't kind of losing me, coming back, losing me, coming back. It didn't do anything, any of that. It stayed locked in right at me. And reviewing the overall video quality at first hand on my phone, I was highly impressed on the definition of the video. So again, we went with a straight up auto settings. I didn't change anything. I did actually tweak a few settings on the drone itself, meaning that I changed it from 4K 30 frames per second. It ships default 24 frames per second. And I changed it from H.264 to H.265 because I want to make sure that this is shooting in 10-bit. The first flight that I ever did with this was on my scooter, and that I shot right out the box. So that's 24 frames per second and at 264. So I'm going to do a comparison, and I'll let you know right here whether both are 10-bit or not. But one thing that is odd, and I'm going to email my contacts over at HoverAir, is that I didn't see an 8K feature for Follow Me. And I tried the various different modes, and some modes did have 8K, but Follow Me doesn't have 8K. And if I were to think about, when I would use this the most, it would be Follow Me as I'm using all my gadgets and I'm doing all those adventurous things. So we're going to get to that later on because I want to send them an email. I know they're continuing to doing firmware updates and stuff like that. So I did want to mention that in this video because it's part of my first impressions, right? There wasn't any 8K, and this is being advertised as an 8K drone in Follow Me mode in particular. I want to make sure that I remind you that only in Follow Me mode did I not see 8K. There was a lot of 8K in various other settings. Now, using the drone was relatively very easy. You can control everything right from your buttons right here. So you can just swipe left, tap left, tap right, and you press the button and the drone just takes off. So it wasn't cumbersome at all. I decided to leave the beacon. I decided not to use the remote, not to use my phone, and really just focus on the drone itself and really use it as a portable drone, as if I was just going to be flying just with this, right? If I'm on my bike, etc. Well, on my bike, I'm going to want the beacon. But anywhere else, I may not want the beacon, like my boosted board. Today's a perfect example. I could probably have the beacon in my hand, but I had the 360 in one, which I'm probably going to get rid of that 360 camera now that I have the X1. And, just too many things in the hand, and I need the remote for the boosted board. So if I think about my first impressions from like that emotional stage, right? Do I have buyer's remorse getting one of these? The answer is no, because the video quality and the flight characteristics, as I mentioned, really sold me overall. Those two things, flight characteristics and build quality of the drone and video quality itself, really truly sold me. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I wanted to share with you today. This is a very raw video in terms of first impressions. HoverAir is going to continue to update the firmware, and I'm going to continue testing this drone as we progress. And I look forward to showcasing future videos on my channel, really deep diving into all the different specs, all the different modes, what you can and cannot do. So today we simply just tried, the different modes, and we flew the drone using the different modes, but I really want to go ahead and test out all the different parameters. Furthermore, I really want to put the HoverAir into its paces and take it through its actual tests using my Onyx bike, my Onyx e-bike, which goes 65 miles per hour, using my Super 73 bike, which goes 35 miles per hour. I want to see what is the limits of this drone. I want to try it on my one wheel where I kind of touch 15, 20 miles per hour. I'm sure on the one wheel is not going to have any problem. But I want to do so many different videos really showcasing the capabilities of this drone and keep you informed as well as Hover improves through various different firmwares. But overall, strong, solid buy, highly recommended. And if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, make sure that you drop them down in the comments below. I'll be there answering all of your questions and taking in your suggestions for future videos. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you again for watching this video. Again, very raw first impressions. I'm very excited to be testing this out. and stay tuned to the channel. Hit the bell, subscribe, all that good stuff, because there's gonna be so many more videos coming out about the Pro Max. Thank you so much, and until next time, peace.